glad to have you with us for more NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, introducing the rest of the 2K broadcast team. Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and sideline reporter Doris Burke. And the good news about Tony Parker, recovered and ready to roll back in the thick of things.
Yeah, and the fans have been waiting for this moment for a while. I'll bet they're going to let him know how happy they are to have him back on the court.
Let's see what you got, son.
Oh, I got plenty.
Here's Parker, hoping to put that miserable performance against the Clippers behind him tonight.
A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard and their exits.
So on the floor for Orlando, Fournier and Harris filling out the perimeter. Ryan Vucevic are the power forward in the center. The Wizard, he's checked in for Peyton. You're looking at the list of the NBA's top shooters from behind the arc for the past month. You look at Fry, one of the best shooters in the NBA, top 5 in the league at this moment.
Well, it's not just that he's getting the baskets, Kevin, but he's been doing a great job of getting open for a shot. So it's a combination of making shots, but before that, getting himself open to take the shots.
And about Orlando and their stars, is it better, Clark, to have had stars and lost them, or to never have had stars at all?
Well, it's a different kind of heartache, that's for sure. I think you'd rather have them and lose them than not to have them at all. But Orlando has seen a lot of success for how long they've been a franchise. They'd like to be able, though, looking ahead, to keep that next star that's wearing a Magic uniform right now.
Fournier passes to Fry. Here's the Wizard. 6 on the shot clock. Out to the wing. Here's Fry. Rebounded by the Spurs. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Well, they were lucky it wasn't a blowout because they didn't put forth a very strong performance in that one.
Yeah, they just couldn't find anything to work for him, Steve. No matter what approach they used, it was futile.
Here's Harris. Soft touch off the glass. Harris has got 8.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Ginobili kicks to Duncan. Inside. Here's Splitter. Can't hit from the low block.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Vucevic dishes to Fournier. Pass to the Wizard. Fires for 3, and he gets the bucket. The Wizard's got his first 3 points of the game.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Ginobili kicks to Duncan. They set the pick. Out to the right wing. Parker passes to Splitter.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
For San Antonio, they have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4 of 7 from the foul line tonight.
Your Spurs, Thiago Splitter.
And he sinks the second. "19 seconds left to play in the first. Here's the Wizard, covered by Mills. No good from the Wizard.
Yeah, he's surprised he didn't make that one because he had a pretty clean look at the hoop.
Here's Bellinelli with 1 on the clock. No good at the rim. There's the buzzer, and not much scoring at all through the first quarter of play. The second quarter up and going. And what do you guys think about the Magic here so far in this one?
How about the three-point shooting? The scoring has really come in bunches from long range.
Yeah, it seems like every time down the floor they're knocking down the triple.
And so in the game for the Magic, Oladipo and Harkless at the 2 and the 3. Gordon out there with Andrew Nicholson, and it's the Wizard in at the point. And Orlando has possession. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And I think the sort of issues they had on defense, in part at least, was a bigger factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was on the road. You have to be sharper when you go out and play as a visitor.
Yeah, everything has to be tight. You can't be loose in any aspect of your game. You're fighting against the crowd and the opponent. You've got to be tougher mentally and physically if you're going to win on the road.
San Antonio trailing here.
Victor Oladipo played for the same college coach as Dwayne Wade. And, you know, their games actually draw some comparisons. Both are 6'4", strong, huge wingspans, and explosive athletes with that ball handling ability. I think Oladipo has a great future.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. The Wizard passes to Oladipo. Gordon with the screen for Oladipo. Back to Gordon. Magic moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the Wizard. And he uses the glass on the layup. The Wizard's got his second basket of the night.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Here's San Antonio now, trailing by 2. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
They picked this team apart the couple of times they squared off with them last year. On paper, they weren't evenly matched, and on the court, they weren't either.
Mills with it, averaging 8 points a game. Misses off the right iron.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Dialed in from long range. I like it.
And Popovich, the reigning coach of the year.
And we finished one half of basketball. Magic lead by 11. And it.
Thank you, Kevin. Coach, you haven't seen...
Hey, guys, listen up. We've got a good lead, but lots of basketball left to play.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a... Magic leading by 11. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for San Antonio, Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. And it's Splitter in its center. Clock at 6. Ginobili against Harris. And that one's good. Harris has got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Magic. And for the Spurs, they're shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far.
What is insane about the Spurs and how successful they are as a franchise is that in their entire franchise history, they've only missed the playoffs 4 times. That is absolutely remarkable.
Payton passes to the Wizard. The feed now to Vucevic. Dishes it to Harris. Now the pass to the Wizard. Makes it off the glass. The Wizards got 7 points.
And with the Spurs in the playoffs, you can't even begin to think about a postseason without the Spurs being involved. Only 4 absences since 1976. That's incredible.
Here's Duncan. That shot's to it on the assist by Ginobili. 9 points for Tim Duncan.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
Payton passes to the Wizard. Fires the 3. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
For 3.
Of course, with the Spurs, the last time they missed the playoffs, they drafted perhaps one of the best power forwards of all time in Tim Duncan.
Well, you know, he's a part of why they haven't missed the playoffs since. But the organization has run really well from top to bottom. And they deserve nothing but the success they've had since their inception because of that.
Magic leading by 11. Payton outside. Passes to the Wizard. They set the pick. Back to Payton. He dishes it to Vucevic. 6 to shoot. And again, shot good from the Wizard. The Wizards got the lead up to 13 now for the Magic.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
They get it back. Here's Splitter. And at last, they get one to fall. Splitter's got his 3rd basket of the night. Pass to the Wizard. Out to Peyton. The pass to the Wizard. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. You look at the Cavaliers. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, there's the Magic, just way behind.
Checking out Orlando, you know, they've got to take a step back and just try to pinpoint where things went south for them this season. They're in a tough spot.
But it's so hard to figure that out in the midst of the season, Clark. You got games coming night after night. There's just no time to figure it out. You just have to try to right the ship and get things moving.
And he gets it to go. And that's now 6 points for Tony Parker. Well, Tony Parker, an excellent scorer. Creative finisher, certainly inside with a smooth pull-up jump shot from mid-range. Steve, when he gets in the lane, he is dynamite.
And he draws fouls at a very high rate for a point guard. He's so good at initiating contact and then forcing the officials to make a call. And what that does, it gets you free points. It also allows you to set up your defense at the other end.
Vucevic with the bucket.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Spurs trail by 13. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor for the Magic. Doris. Orlando's gone 6 of 7 from long range tonight. They've been on fire from way outside.
Well, this is going to end in a lopsided victory, obviously. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness and the ability to close. You really have to give it up for the Magic.
And, Clark, we got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Well, basket after basket, they were in attack mode all game long.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
Sometimes, guys, it's hard during the first meeting of a season to get a feel for a team, but these guys came out and made the necessary adjustments, and I think they've got to feel good about going up 1-0 in the season series against the Spurs.
So on the floor for Orlando, the Wizard, he's in at the point. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Andrew Nicholson. Then there's Ben Gordon, and it's Fournier in at the 3 slot. San Antonio making a switch here. Bonner's checked in. Here's the screen. Feeds to Nicholson. He kicks to Fournier. Orlando moving the ball around. 4 on the clock.
He's been absolutely in control. No slowing down for the Wizards. He's got 14 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
Well, the defenders have that in the back of their minds now, too, so they're going to close out on him quicker. That should allow him to use the drive if he wants. Well, for Tim Duncan and the Spurs, an incredible legacy of dominance. In his 17 years in the league, the Spurs have never won less than 61% of their games, not to mention, of course, 5 finals appearances and 4 NBA championships.
Boris Diaz checked in for San Antonio. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. 11 feet away. Down low. Mills. It's good. The assist that time from Diaz.
You know, if this had come earlier, they might have been able to get back into it.
Yeah, but as it is, too little, too late.
Here's the Wizard. There's the pick. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up.
Well, Nick, a terrific team win and certainly a great performance for...
Come on. Who died? You look a little nervous.
Well, I heard it's never a good thing to be called into the GM's office, especially the day your 10-day contract is up. So if you're going to release me, I would just appreciate it if you did it quickly.
I'm going to be brutally honest, kid. You haven't done enough to secure a regular roster spot.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, wait. You have done enough to secure another 10-day contract, though.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you another shot to prove you belong in this league permanently, huh?
Hey, you won't regret it either. I'm gonna make it awfully hard for you to let me go.
I hope so. Look, the contract's on my secretary's desk. You go sign that on your way out. Get out of here.
All right, thank you.
All right. Where's my lunch?
What's up with them?
They got traded
When?
today. That's the league, man. We cogs in the machine.
It's a business. I'm new, and even I know that. Hey, maybe the change of scenery doing some good. They'll be all right.
I'm sure you've all heard we're gonna have some new faces around here. We all know that change is part of the business. Your job is to make the new guys comfortable so that the transition on and off the court is seamless. We rise and fall as one.
Yo, I'm glad you're here. We're a tight group, so watch and learn. And when you feel comfortable, do your thing.
Hey, as long as I don't interfere with me doing my thing. I'm just playing, man.